Nick Kelly, everybody.
Look at that. Alrighty.
What's up, Nick?
What's going on, everyone? Look at that. Hello. Alrighty, everyone can hear me, so look at that. Yes. So, let me first start off by saying thank you to my boy Brett. Having cystic fibrosis means a lot of things to a lot of people. But before we get into that, let me answer the question that I know everyone is thinking. Yes, that was the longest bro hug in TV history. Like, it was. I mean, the record was previously held by Charles Barkley. Now me and Jarvis got that. One more thing for the land. That's all I'm saying. So, aside from that, they said, I am Nick Kelly. That's baby Nick. Oh yeah, holding it down. What is CF? You know, because that's an important conversation to start. Cystic fibrosis is a genetic, life-threatening, progressive disease. So that's really important to understand because CF primarily affects the lungs, the pancreas, and the GI system. However, what they don't tell you when you sign up for the disease is that it can affect everything else. It's one of those situations that having this disease can mean a lot to a lot of people. So for me, where did that start? March 16th, 1987 is when I was born. I'm a Pisces. Any other Pisces in the room? There we go. I'm down front. There we go. We got one over there. Shout out to all my Pisces. So when I was born, I got diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when I was 3 months old. That's not uncommon. I was very sick as a child as well. That's also not uncommon. However, 32 years ago, they didn't believe African Americans could have this disease, so no one would test me for it. So as I continued to get sicker and sicker, no one knew what was wrong with me until my mother did the research, learned the symptoms, and it was actually her who diagnosed me with this disease. So give it up to my mom. Now understand, this is important because this was 32 years ago. So there was no Google. She had to open a book. And we have any young people in the audience, that's this thing you open, it has writing in it. It tells you stuff. I know. Crazy concept, right? So from there, as I continued to be sicker, and my mom said she had enough. She demanded I get tested. And believe me, what my mother wants, my mother gets. If you don't believe me, ask my father. The situation was, even though I was so young to understand, her ferocity and her relentlessness for my health and for my well-being is something that is carried out throughout me and throughout my life. When I was 5 years old, I had major heart surgery, I had open heart surgery. I was in the hospital for 6 months. This is important because ever since a young age, the hospital and this health has been part of my life. However, fast forward to my teen years, even then I never felt like I had a disease. I never felt like I was sick. Now, yes, I had to take some medication and I had treatments to do, but they were all just incorporated into my normal routine. I was held to the same standards, I had the same expectations, and I was given the same opportunities. This allowed me to travel, also allowed me to play competitive sports. I got pretty good too. I became all-state in both wrestling and baseball. All right, thank you, see, there you go. And if you take a look at the screen, you can see little Nick on the Wheaties box. Okay, and then I'm a switch hitter, by the way, thanks Dad. And then you can see some wrestling photos, or that bottom one, as Ash goes, is very aggressive. So those opportunities for me meant so much because it created a culture. This culture meant nothing would limit me except the limitations I put upon myself. Fast forward to college, where I went to Bowling Green State University. Okay? That's right, we got some Falcons in the room. Mac is in the building, for anyone who else didn't go to BG, but you in the Mac. So when I went to BG, I got my undergrad in dietetics, I got my master's in food and nutrition, and now I'm also a registered and licensed dietitian because I did my internship there. All that to say, I'm a Falcon through and through. But while there, it gave me an opportunity to not only find my passion for nutrition, but also expand my passion for the arts, for dance, poetry. And during this time, it led me to the CF Foundation. And it started at a great strides. I was just a person just dancing, doing what he loves. And when I realized that me dancing, other people saw me and they were like, they got excited by it. They got rejuvenated by the idea of me just sharing my passion. So the following year, they were like, hey, you want to come do that again? And I was like, absolutely. But a weird thing happens when you share your passion. Other people can see it, and then the next year, I had people who wanted to come. They're like, yo, you're doing it, we're doing it. Because at that moment, they didn't really understand, but they knew how passionate it was to me and how much it meant to me. Over the years now, we've went from 1 to 2 to 20 people performing. Not only do we perform, we MC, we do some photography, and DJ. Because what happened was when you share your passion, other people start feeling that and they want to be a part of it. They want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. They start feeling and understanding the importance of this is more than just us. It's an opportunity to share our gifts. Those gifts at these fundraisers are so important because the fundraising opportunities are astronomical. They mean so much. With everyone in this room, some of you came today because you wanted to play you do a little day drinking and play some golf. Some people probably before now had no idea what cystic fibrosis is. But this is a perfect opportunity for me to share with you that CF is not one thing, it's not one person. I'm just giving you a face that looks nothing like a lot of the faces you may see, but it's a story that can resonate with everyone. It's the story and the idea that passion makes a difference, that taking the time, that each of you took the time to be here shows you want to be a part of the difference. You want to be a part of the change. These opportunities, they mean a lot. You know, my friend Ash always tells me, look, we have simple objectives. Throw off some events, raise a bunch of money, raise a bunch of awareness. With you guys here, we now have the opportunity to do all three. Because the event, awesome. If you enjoyed yourself today, and give it up. Alrighty, so check for the event. You have a chance to raise a bunch of money. And that comes from everyone's generosity, everyone's passion, and everyone's desire to be here. And raise a bunch of awareness. Because now you guys know just a little more about CF. And you can also be advocates. One of my favorite quotes is, a candle doesn't lose anything lighting another candle. I'm going to say that again. One of my favorite quotes is, a candle doesn't lose anything lighting another candle. I pride myself on striving to be that candle that sparks change. And now all of you have the opportunity to spark change in others. You have an opportunity to help for research. Because you know what this research does? It applies for medicines and treatments. This treatments and those medicines help somebody like me become a dietitian, a professional dancer, a poet, a fashion designer, an entrepreneur, a CF advocate for everyone else here. Because as a team, as a unit, we can accomplish great things. With that, I want to take one moment and everyone give it up for the amazing people at the Northeast Ohio CF chapter, because those people, man, they work hard. And like you said, we work for the people with CF, the people you don't see, the people you don't know. But the most important thing I always like to say is let everyone understand, not only do I greatly appreciate you guys, I always say teamwork makes the dream work. And today, after today, all of you are part of our team. My name is Nicholas Kelly. I want to thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Nick.